Thank you to tune into Rony TV podcast, local news and international news. Let's begin. Over 1.4 billion Catholics globally mourning Pope Francis. He died on Easter Monday at the age of 88 at his residence in the Vatican's Casa Santa Marta. In his papacy, he tried to commit to those ideals. Instead of taking residence in the Apostolic Palace, he stayed in a Vatican guest house. Rather than limousines, he rode in Fiats and Jeeps. He will be remembered for outreach to women, immigrants and refugees, LGBTQ people, and people from other faiths. House Democratic lawmakers, Representatives Yasemin Ansari of Arizona, Maxine Dexter of Oregon, Maxwell Frost of Florida, and Robert Garcia of California traveled to El Salvador to call attention to the unfair situation of Abrego Garcia. The Trump administration deported to a Salvadoran prison and has refused to return back to the United States, even after the Supreme Court ruled that it was the government's duty to do so. Governor Gavin Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta has filed a federal lawsuit to block President Trump's emergency tariffs, arguing they harm the state's economy, the nation's largest importer and second largest exporter. Newsom claims the tariffs, including a 10% universal import tax and a 145% tax on China, are causing economic chaos, particularly for agriculture and trade with Mexico, Canada, and China. The lawsuit filed faces skepticism about its chances, but is seen as a significant pushback against Trump's trade policies. Newsom signed legislation allocating $150 million for forest and vegetation management to reduce wildfire risks, focusing on Southern California and the Sierra Nevada. An executive order was also issued to streamline these projects under a prior emergency proclamation, aiming to bolster community resilience ahead of peak fire season. Public frustration with California's homelessness crisis, rising utility rates, and sales tax increases, which are straining small businesses. There's also discontent over perceived prioritization of disaster relief funding for undocumented immigrants, though these claims lack verified evidence. The Chino Valley Unified School District CVUSD board meeting in San Bernardino County featured opposing protesters delivering impassioned speeches on the issue. In other news, the jury selection is currently scheduled for Weinstein, who faces a retrial on the charges of criminal sexual act in the first degree and rape in the third degree. In September, he was indicted on a new charge of criminal sexual act in the first degree. Weinstein and his team have often cited his poor health as a reason to get the trial started with urgency, and his health came into account as the former mogul, seated in a wheelchair, asked his attorney to tell the judge that his treatment was horrendous and saying he needs some form of nourishment. Former California Representative Barbara Lee has won the Oakland mayoral race and vowed to work with city residents to ease racial and economic tensions. Lee, 78, represented Oakland in Congress for 27 years before retiring last year following an unsuccessful bid for the U.S. Senate. She was endorsed by a handful of California Democratic Party loyalists, including former Governor Jerry Brown. Lee takes the place of former Mayor Sheng Thao after he was indicted on federal bribery, fraud, and conspiracy charges in January. With around 400,000 residents, Oakland is a deeply liberal city, the birthplace of the Black Panther Party and the hometown of former presidential contender Kamala Harris. A family was arrested for retail theft after ransacking a Target store in Upland. A surveillance video from the Upland Police Department captured a woman, man, and a teen boy entering the store on the 1900 block of North Campus Avenue at the Colony's Crossroads Shopping Plaza. Both the teen and his mother grabbed an electric mobility cart while the teen's father followed along. The three headed to different departments and took a large amount of merchandise off store shelves, including electronics, clothing, and jewelry. They then left the store without paying, police mentioned. The gunman who killed 23 people in a racist attack at an El Paso Walmart in 2019 will spend the rest of his life in prison after pleading guilty to one of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history and the worst domestic terror attack on Hispanics that the country has ever seen. A federal judge has denied Sean Combs' request for a 2-month delay of his upcoming criminal trial on charges of racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking. At a morning hearing in Manhattan, U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian said the trial will proceed as planned on May 5th. The initial indictment largely mirrored the bombshell rape and trafficking lawsuit filed by Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, in November 2023. Combs added Young Thug's high-powered defense lawyer, Brian Steele, to his trial team. That's the conclusion for today. News, stay tuned.
Things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Thank you, people, to tune in to Rony TV podcast. I'm your host, Don604. We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful show. You already know that. So, special thanks for those of you who's listening to me to a smartphone, who's watching me with your TV, smart TV. You know, I'm the real McCoy. If you don't like my sauce, please find your source, your own news source. You know, I'm only reporting, and I read a lot, I watch a lot, I scroll a lot, so I'm allowed to give you the recap. That's it. So we're going to have a wonderful show. Yes, and we're going to have a 1 minute silence for for the Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio. So, yes, he passed away at 88. So we're going to go ahead and in depth talk about him, you know what I'm saying, what he used to do. He used to do the same, what I used to do. Yeah, he used to have I used to do the same thing he used to do. I'm going to give you more details, Hold on your horse now. I'm not a priest. Hold on your horse. I'm going to take a quick break and coming back, okay? Stay tuned to Rony TV podcast. I'm your host, Don604. Yeah. Welcome back. So, basically, let's get into the subject right away. Right away into the subject. So, yes, Pope Francis, he once worked as a nightclub bouncer. Yeah, and Buenos Aires, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he worked there, and so he was a bouncer. So that's why. So he's attached to the people. You know, he resonate with the people. So that's why when I used to be a bouncer too, what's the quality of a bouncer? You have to be alert. You have to be attentive. You have to. You can't really take bride. You have to be physically strong. I think Pope Francis could become a security guard too, I guess he's in the line of a security guard, that's what I'm saying. But that man, people said, it was over, as you know, there's at least over 1 billion of Catholic faith, Yeah, like I said, there's over 1 billion of people had Catholic faith. So yes, I'm Catholic too. I'm Catholic, and I grew up Protestant, and I slide into the Baptist too. But it's all Catholic. We all Christian. So I did also my sacrament of initiation, baptism, confirmation, Eucharisty, and I did reconciliation, also confession. I did anointing of the sick. Sometimes I didn't pursue to become a priest, but when you have Catholic faith, that's what you got to do. That's the sacrament you got to do. But that man, Pope Francis, was like really a pillar of the faith, because Catholic priests had a lot of issues. Yeah, they have a lot of issues. So I'm not trying to put them in judgment. So yeah, he knew that. Pope Francis knew that there was a widespread of sexual abuse. They abused children, mostly boys, over a decade. And, so that was really painful. And sometimes also, most of the time, they cover up by the church, by the Vatican. Can I say that? So, so they were, abusing and systematic cover-up. So, by the church leader, as you know. So, the victim was silenced through legal settlement and non-disclosure agreement. You already know. You take the money and you shut up. So that's what it is. So the church was trying to prioritize protection and reputation, and instead of seeking justice for the victims. So yeah, we already know that. I could tell you all the pain, but this guy, Pope Francis, trying to bridge that. You understand the pain, you understand the issue, you understand, the Catholic, the servant, this disciple needs to, regain the faith in Catholicism. So they need to regain the faith. So I think he had a meeting, acknowledged that and trying to find a solution and trying to find, how could I say that, reglementation and all to rearrange the structure and how, discipline these priests who were catching the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so this man was like a pillar of that faith, and he was really somebody everyone respect. The people respect him, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, in my book, I guess they're gonna entronize him as a saint, yeah. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but they're gonna canonize him as a saint. It was a really for me, I think he was a really a good person. So they're saying people were happy to see him, and I believe because he died on I guess on Easter Monday, but the last person he spoke with is the Vice President, J.D. Vance. So yeah, J.D. Vance have the sacrament now. J.D. Vance have the he's got the unction to spread the good news. Maybe he's going to be a priest too, instead of being I respect his status, but the man he look like he's I don't want to say that alive. I know we're in public access. In the meantime, let me take a quick break to announce you. If you want to be involved in public access, you want to be involved in television, you want to be involved in, producing your own show. Fine, you want to be like me. You got a network with the Padnet TV. They're located in 117 West Victoria in Long Beach. They have seminar, they have workshop to help you to achieve what you want to achieve. So they're good people. They're good people. They have the technology. They have also, the patience to teach you and to bring you on board. You know what I'm saying? So without them, I will never get my show. That's what I salute them. I'm thankful to them also because I'm on that platform and my knowledge grow. Even though I study, even though I got diplomas, even though I got experience, but it's never too late to learn, and you always learn something every day from a small kid, from a big dog, you know what I'm saying? So most likely, like I tell you, if you want to participate, that's the plug. So go there, call them. They're wonderful resources. You don't want to, like I always say, public access is freedom of speech. Public access TV is freedom of speech. Yeah, so, in other news, like I said, Pope Francis, and his predecessor had addressed the issue, I know millions left the church, and they protest also, and the trust in the church has been deeply shaken. So they did reform, but sometimes people thinking they should do more reform. I guess more money they should give it to those people. I'm not laughing, but I'm saying it's you can never erase the abuse of these people, these young kids. They lost their innocence, so it's really bad. Let's go to another news and take a quick break. We're going to come back. Rest in peace, Pope Francis. You will be missed. Thank you, people, to tune in to Rony TV podcast. I'm your host, Don604. Yes, anyway, it's related to tariff. It's related to tariff. It's funny also because sometimes, do you heard that expression, don't bite the hand that feed you? You understand? So we're talking about tariff. Let me tell you why. Because it's all over social media. It's all over, the internet. So China has revealed what is the real cost of the luxury product. What's the real cost? What is costing them to produce that? And then us people who like big names, who like to pay more for, for what we have. So China reveal how much it costs, like Dior handbag. They said Dior handbag is $57 for production costs. Louis V also. So they say, hey, in fact, you see that on TikTok, they say, oh yeah, the tariff, we help our people. But when you guys, US people, the people who have those companies, they buying yacht, luxury stuff, they don't give back because we always have to pay expensive stuff, expensive dollars. So yeah, so they're saying it's depending of the design, the complexity, and the labor. So that's why it's cheap. I already told you guys, stop lying. We're not number one anymore in production and anything. This is a perception. They want to give a perception. We're number one. We all that. It's all people from all over the world. For those of you, I don't know if other people gender thinking the force who's thinking they control United States. Who controlling United States is every people, every race. I could tell you that, who's controlling United States, because right now we have internet. With the internet, information is a key. So like I said, I'm saying the Chinese people give us, because you want to put tariff on them. They're the one feeding us. They're the one feeding those big, those big wigs to make more money. So they reveal that and say, hey, instead of waiting the luxury bag get into your store to go buy it to exhiberating pricing, come directly to us. Buy it directly to us. Shein is, I didn't know that manufacturer, that store, Shein, Temu, they were from China. I guess I should know that already. All the big production is from China. The big men saying, oh, we got to produce, we got to manufacture in the United States. But people, peasant of United States, they don't want to lift the big stuff. They don't want to do nothing. They just want to get their prescription and go back to sleep and wear the pajamas and walk like zombies. So how we going to bring back manufacture, production to America? Because somebody doing it better than us. And they have more people. So I don't know what's the delusion, this rhetoric we're talking about. So I don't understand. So now everything is plunging. Economy is plunging. A loaf of bread is expensive. The soup Lipton is expensive too. Craft dinner is expensive too. I went to Walmart. Yeah, I went to Walmart and I could see some pricing. The grocery is going up. Price is up now. So yes, don't bite the end that feed you. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and look in an Alibaba website to look if I have some. I could save some money. You know, because I don't want to. You know, it's really sad. Hopefully, we have to come to a consortium. We have to come to a deal, because in that trade, economic trade, most of the time we have to get two winners. We got to satisfy on both sides. You know, these people have production, they have manufacture. Any way we can win with them. We can't win with them, trust me. They're bigger consumer than us. They have more people. India have more people. China have more people. Please, we have to stop lying to ourselves. We are not number one again. There's more racists here than everything. You know, please, you guys not even ready for a woman president, and you're talking about let's bring America great again. The only way you're gonna bring America great again, it's again as a black person to give back the 40 acres and the mule. That's what I'm saying. I could be delusion, but hey, that will bring on the other side America great again. Other than that, shh. Don't talk nonsense, because we're losing. Everything is high, and Democrat doesn't say nothing anymore. I don't know where they're going now, what they do. Republican, you guys doing a good job. I have to clap my hand for you. You're doing a wonderful job. Let me clap my hand for you. You guys doing a great job, Republican. The one who are dormant is the Democrat. You know, Democrat dormant. You see, it sounds look alike. Yeah, I'm joking, but it's serious. If America wants to be number one, there's a lot of things to do. I think we have to pass 10 presidents in order to America to be great again. You hear me? We got to pass 10 presidents. Do the math now. You know, so let me calm down and go to a quick break, and we come back. Thank you to tune in to Rony TV podcast. I'm your host, Don 604. Yes, let me plug my connection. So, like I said, if you want to be involved in public access television, if you want to, shoot, produce, direct, do editing, there's a workshop. There's seminar for that, and it's Padnet TV, Padnet the Hub. They're located in Long Beach. Without them, I could never had my show. Without them, you could never listen to me. I know there's other platform, but look, they're on channel Spectrum 32, Frontier 41. Plus, they have the YouTube. So the more platform you have. And when let's see, you at 6 o'clock and your somebody's watching you, you don't think you will look like more seriously? You know what I'm saying? So yes, Padnet TV is the hub. Please call them. Go see them. In other news, we do have, and let me refrain that to my Canadian people. So according to, the news in Canada, on April 28th, there's a federal election. So they said it's to Canada is set to hold a snap federal election on the April 28th. Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberal Party has surged ahead in the national poll, so he's ahead. Mr. Carney already ahead. I don't know why they don't like him, but overtaking Pierre Poilievre, conservator. I interviewed Pierre Poilievre before. Yeah, I did that. I'm in TV for a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Long time ago. I'm also an old wig, a big wig also. I interviewed him, so most likely, like I said, for my Canadian listener, you guys have election on the 28th. So, so they're saying they had tension with United States because of the tariff and the aggressive rhetoric. So, Garnier was doing some, showing some big harm, and so he's also have, but, that's the news in Canada. So don't forget to vote, people, my Canadian voter. So you're doing that a good cause, you know what I'm saying? And for my USA listener in Long Beach, shout out to Long Beach, shout out to Santa Ana, Anaheim, Orange County, Cypress, Pasadena, Englewood.